There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, antonio1delacruz.jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Jobs180.com's Marketing Me Live with Cebu Technological University main and Tuburan campus. And partner.
Yes, today we will be joined by the speakers from Jobs180.com, Shearwater Health, Accenture, and Cognizant. So before we start, may we invite everybody for the opening prayer, followed by the singing of the national anthem, Cebu hymn, Asian hymn, and CTU hymn.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below.
mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Okay, so again, welcome everyone. Ready na ba kayo? I hope you all are. By the way, my name is Joyce, and here with me today is Maria Azalea Omandan, my host partner for today, and we are from jobs180.com. So, again, we are live via Jobs 180 Facebook and Jobs 180 YouTube page, and we hope that everybody is excited to learn new things today.
Okay, to officially start our session, may we invite Dr. Nona Fe E.S. Tulas, the University Director for Career Center, the PESA Manager, to give us the opening remarks.
Thank you, Ma'am Joyce. Mr. Kim Francisco, Managing Director of Jobs180.com, sir. Our respective speakers, Mr. Paolo Bayangos from Shearwater Health, our campus channel lead, Mr. Frank Luis Soon, the Recruitment Associate of Accenture, and Mr. Adrian Aaron Michelle Ancheta, the Senior Recruitment Coordinator and the Talent Acquisition Group from Cognizant Philippines, sir. Our faithful partner in Jobs Search Assistance Program, Ms. Shari Mestosamenti Lopez, the Academic Linkages Officer of Jobs180.com, Madam. The OJT coordinators university-wide of Cebu Technological University, other CTU officials who are with us, graduating students, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Today's dynamic world requires an ever-changing demand for skills and talents. Would you agree with me? So challenges bound that have to be addressed to meet the dynamics of the labor market. These challenges highlight the reality that the current stock of skills produced by the education and training institutions do not meet the demands of the industries. Many youth and job seekers do not possess the right skills and talents that the business communities are looking for. So, choosing the right career and finding the right job can be a tedious process that may lead to frustration and disappointment. Often, the youth and job seekers tend to consult people with questions about their careers and job search. Most of the time, those whom they approach for advice also lack the capabilities to provide them with assistance on relevant career information. However, it need not be a harrowing experience for the youth and job seekers. In order for them to realize their full potential, and find appropriate and satisfying careers, the job seekers, especially the new graduates, need adequate assistance and significant information on how they can be competent in facing the world of work. So this afternoon, you will be taught on several topics on how to avail job applications using resume link, also communication skills for workplace success. Another one is developing strong work ethics. And last but equally important topic to learn is on the subject mental health checks. So, fasten your seatbelts now, graduating students, enjoy the ride, and listen attentively to the speakers. So, in behalf of the CTU administration, a cordial welcome to one and all. God bless everyone.
All right, so thank you so much, Dr. Donna. So last, again, thank you, ma'am, for trusting again Jobs 180 to power your events. And of course, we look forward to more events with CTU. And of course, we also acknowledge the presence po of CTU, Tuburan campus and other campuses. Ayan, so if you're watching, kindly give us heart react naman dyan, guys. Heart react naman. Ayan, and of course, our audience today, please comment your name, your year, and your course. And if you have questions later on, please type them in so we can answer them after the talk. So the Q&A will happen po after each speaker's presentation. So um, do not forget also to tag and share this to your friends too kung wala pa po sila rito. Ayan, tawagan nyo na. So, para makapag-umpisa tayo sabay-sabay, no? Matuto tayo sabay-sabay. And of course, for your attendance, Eva, later we will flash it on your screen later. We will ayan, show po yung link later by the end po ng at the end of this session. So stay tuned. Ayan. So okay, so here's our schedule for today. So we have 4 topics for today's session. So first we have online applications using resume link, which will be discussed by jobs180.com. Next, we have communication skills for workplace success by Shearwater Health, and mental health checks by Cognizant, and developing strong work ethics by Accenture.
Okay, shout out to everyone na nandito na. Again, please comment your name, year, and course. As we go along, type in your questions para mabasa natin mamaya. Alright? At huwag ka din kayong mahihiya. Because this is your chance to ask before you face the real adulting thing or the world of work. So to our audience, sit back, relax, and let us all hashtag learn together. So kilalanin na po natin ang ating unang speaker. He has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. As a trusted resources speaker, he has done over 1,000 plus career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. The managing director from the jobs180.com, Mr. Kim Chua.
Share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. No? Not only you, but the people that you know winning resume. Yan. Yan na tinatawag nating resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, no, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number 1, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi mapapansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist is that dapat tipid ito, wala tong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, itong pinaka-importante sa lahat. This should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay? More than anything, important ninyo yan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides. Okay? I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. You register, you go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com at dun ka mag-register upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay? So, alam nyo na ano mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So, if ever lang, meron kang kapangalan, okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot, pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo, gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay, wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, huwag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over-creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email. Kagaya ng email na nabubuksan. Do not create. Example lang yung mga email na kaganito siya at facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan nyo yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw yung makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So, sayang lang. So, you have to verify. Finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Okay, first step. Ano yung first step? Register. Wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpletong detalye nyo. So how do you do that? You go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-login. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo o resume link nyo. Kayo lang may alam yan. At lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kayo ng account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi ditong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So, you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay? Lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawagan kayo ng HR, hindi nyo sinasagot. Lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka or whoever yung tumatawag. So ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often than you open your social media account. So I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis ay makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga experience nyo. Pag Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on, off switch. So you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. Edi lagay mo na no. Diba? So depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or ano mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, okay, pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay, so walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating pa sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gano'ng karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo. Just make sure lang alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So, hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So, if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakaabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So, you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, com arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-tourism at pang-HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat ng yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam ninyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa 2 lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam nyo na yung 2. Kung 2 lang talaga alam nyo, din 2 lang. Ano tong 2 to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Sabacano, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have. Kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. Na ilagay mo sa loob ng resume link. Just transfer them here inside the resume link para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Itong mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma, di ba? Transcript. Ano pa? Toga, hindi ebidensya yung toga. Okay? Kung ano man meron nyo, di ba? Certificate, diploma, yan, ebidensya yan. Okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBI clearance, police clearance, di ba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede kang mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung teacher, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Okay, hiram mo sa kaibigan mo. I-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer basic questions like, tell me something about yourself. O, di ba? Ano yung mga gasgas sa tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O, di ba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So kung di mo type yung sagot, edi-delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O, di ba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda yung sample yan. Okay? So, huwag kayo maglagay ng ganun kasi mga sample ng profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the resume link is your cover photo. Yes! A picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo i-express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kayang-kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Yung sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Di ba? O sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But now, the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologist, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So, depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, ito. Itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So, I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member ng Akit Bahay Gang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So, kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi magandang example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayong magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon, interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamala ko yung mga aplikante, panakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, diba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Diba? So you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan. Blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of a paper, bond paper, or long bond paper, short bond paper na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay? Sayang lang oras nyo tsaka oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example. Kasi ang dating niya parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, parang chill-chill lang, no? Parang ganoon na dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you'll be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So, sa mga personality nyo. Alam niyo na anong dapat nyo gawin at hindi nyo dapat gawin. So, showing a very good example is si iExpert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya, kompleto. Everything from top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details, including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo napapabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay din ng HR napapabilis. Because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo attention, gusto kanya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step, like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second. Di ba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Diba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills o sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design, diba? Gets mo ibig ko sabihin? Wag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pag nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad sa pagpaprocess sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, Sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow the screen. Inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, di ba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigyan mo ng resume link, updated na rin sila real time. As in real time. Di ba? Ayos, di ba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. Complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo attention, hindi ka makontak ng HR. So, better make sure nandyan yung mga contact details na updated. Okay? So, yan. So, tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So, you're now thinking, okay to paano ko gagamitin ngayon yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay, lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com, and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, wag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around, you can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. If you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, ngayong araw, nagsubmit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya na naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position in-applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik. Hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year. Ako po yung OJT nyo 3 months ago. Wala lang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position and this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to your from soon. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan eh. Ang kulit, saka nakapagod. Anong gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakakapagod yan, hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo, update-update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1 column or 2 column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into one page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano tong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long bond or short bond paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No, maliliit lang, parang business card na dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante na ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Di ba? Tipid. Hindi lang tipid. Secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long bond paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that one-page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cell phone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, with this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang. Huwag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So, again, sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number 1, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secure na information because you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganun. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data, pwede ka naman mag-connect sa internet na walang data sa libreng wifi. Di ba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi, makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. Di ba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. And there are a lot more benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you want to share it to. Gusto mo i-text? Gusto mo siya i-private message? Gusto mo i-send via Viber? Kayo bahala. Pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version na kailangan pa mag-compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat ito compatible. Pwede lahat. Okay? So, shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now, we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo, especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool. Please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes, lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay, of course, explain lang ako Okay, with respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang JobStreet resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. With your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo, na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo, you can always edit it, enter, save it, real-time update. Lahat ng bigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tuloy tayo sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Di balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin, sa jobs180.com, or email me here sa info@jobs180.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chua. Don't forget yung wa. Okay? Baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. Na nagsasabing, be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
So much.
All right. So thank you so much, Sir Kim. And here with me today, of course, is also my partner, Ms. Maria. So to our audience, to CTU main campus and Tuburan campus and other campuses, of course. Ayan, so the floor is now open for questions. So if you have questions po regarding Jobs 180 resume link, ayan, you discussed ni Sir Kim, please feel free to post your questions in the comment section. Huwag po kayong mahiya kasi useful po ang resume link, especially meron kayong upcoming virtual career fair. Ayan, so I believe merong virtual career fair sa CTU. Ayan, so ask na kayo kasi magagamit yan sa resume link sa inyong resume link. Ayan, job fair. Ayan, so may question pero kung maaring hindi personal, ayan na. So pwede related sa ano, natanong niyo kung kumain na daw po ba. Ayan, so regarding the topic, ayan. So please feel free to post your questions in the comment section. Ms. Maria, do you have questions while waiting for an audience to ask?
Yes, sir. Offline question po. Yung resume link po ba is only for
Can you say it again? Sorry, mahina lang hindi niya. Is it only for?
Is it applicable only for fresh graduates, sir?
The resume link is applicable for all ages, as in for all levels. Mapa professional, may trabaho, nawala ng trabaho, estudyante, senior high school, first year college, second year college, third year college, gagraduate, hindi pa gumagraduate, alanganing graduate, kung ano man yung antas at status nyo ngayon sa school, pwede nyo po gamitin yan. Kung kayo naman ay nakikinig at kayo ay nasa workforce na may trabaho pero hindi kayo happy sa work nyo, gusto nyo mag-explore, pwede nyo rin gamitin ng resume link. Or para lang simple, no? Gawa laki ng account. Just so for future reference, you never know, baka may mag-match sa profile ninyo, yung mga companies na naghahanap ng same profile ninyo, pwede nyo rin gamitin yung resume link nyo and you'll be getting a lot of job notification. Ayan. So I hope na-answer kita tanong ni Ma'am Maria.
Alright, thank you so much, Sir Kim. So, meron ko tayong question from Ms. Lizelle Gamao. Yes, galing sa audience natin. So, the question is, how about students with part-time jobs? Can we put that down on our resume?
Yes, of course. Kung meron kayo naging part-time job, naging summer job, naging racket-racket or sideline, basta totoong naging trabaho, yung official na trabaho ito, no? So, pwede nyo po ilagay yan as one of those work experience ninyo sa inyong resume link. Kung ba't ko nasabi yan, kasi malalaman naman ng mga HR kung kayo ay nag-iimbento. Yan ang wag na wag nyong gagawin, yung magpo-falsify ng information. Dahil pag kayo ay nahuli later on, na booking na kayo ay nag-iimbento ng inyong mga details sa inyong resume link, baka mapasama pa ito sa inyong career at kayo ay matanggal sa inyong trabaho.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Kim. So, Ms. Maria, may question ka pa?
Yes po, last question from Mr. Kim. Regarding po sa videos, may time limit po din sa gawa ng video.
Mahina talaga yung sound yata ni Ma'am Maria. Sorry, so
May
I have to ask
time
again.
limit po ba, sir?
Ayan.
Time limit po ba?
May time limit ba sa paggawa ng resume link?
Video. Video po.
Anong video? Wala naman po talagang time limit sa paggawa ng video. Gusto nyo i-record nyo dyan, gumawa kayo ng movie, di ba? Tingnan nyo kung may manonood, di ba? Biro lang. Ang point ko dito is, I don't recommend that you create a very long video, yung selfie video ninyo. If that is what Ms. Maria is referring to, I recommend that you keep that selfie video short and straight to the point. No? So, ang recommended time ko is about 1 minute or less. You can make multiple videos if you want. Pwede naman gumawa ng maraming mga files, di ba? Upload yung iba-ibang video. Kaysa naman isang mahabang video, di ba? Kumbaga kung tatanungin mo ko, mas interesting siguro panoorin ng 10 iba-ibang video na kahit na tig-1 minuto yan, 10 minutes yun, di ba? All in all. Kaysa sa isang video lang, tapos 10 minuto yung buong video mo. Yun lang yung para sa akin, no? That's my recommendation. So, just to answer the question of Maria, wala naman talagang limit sa haba ng video, pero recommended is keep it within 1 minute or less. Ano lang. Okay?
Okay. Thank you. Ako naman po may question, Sir Kim. Offline question, sir. Ayan, so I'm asking ko if it's okay to use our school email addresses when we register for RL po.
Sir.
Hello, sir. Sir Kim ang nawala.
Tatson ako sa mga nakikita ng needed by a school official email address. Yes, sorry. Nawawala ba ako?
Yes, sir. Medyo choppy po.
Ulitin ko yung sinabi ko just in case nawala ako kanina. So, sige. Chubby na ako. Chubby. Okay. So, halimbawa lang, kayo ay binigyan ng school ng official email address, no, sa school. Pwede nyo gamitin yan sa pag-register ng inyong resume link because school issue email address, legit addresses. So, pwede, no, pwede po yan. However, I recommend that your personal email. Ba't ko sinasabi na mas prefer ko gamitin nyo ang first email address nyo sa dahilan na kapag kayo ay graduate na, at sigurado naman ako gagraduate naman kayo sooner or later, I'm sure you will graduate. So when you graduate later, baka hindi nyo na magagamit yung school-issued email address ninyo. So kung nagpalitan yung inyong school-issued email address to your email address, hindi na kayo makaka-receive, pinapadala ng mga companies na invitation. Para sa akin, kung kayo ay nakagawa na ng inyong resume link gamit ang inyong email address, ngayon pa lang, palit nyo na to your personal para you don't have to remember sakali lang kayo na kapag start ng questions from the company. I was able to answer the question.
Ayan. So, well, unfortunately, we can barely hear na Sir Kim, no? Ayan, Sir Kim, pero sir, pag may questions, we'll try to ask pa
Okay,
rin Sir Kim. So,
Ma'am Joy,
um,
Ma'am Maria.
ayan, sir. Ayan. So, medyo choppy na po si Sir Kim. So, pero if you still have questions, guys, huwag po kayong mahiyang magtanong. Please post your questions on the comment section and we'll try to ask Sir Kim kahit later. Ayan, kahit offline na siya later. So, thank you so much, Sir Kim, for discussing Jobs 180 resume. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, and that is correct. So let us now proceed with our second speaker. Our human
Okay, so I think same with my partner Maria, nawala na din siya ng sound. So let me present our next speaker for today who will talk about communication skills for workplace success. So our next presenter is a human resource management graduate from the La Salle College of St. Benilde. He is a recruitment expert with a collective 6 years of experience working in the CPO industry under 2 organizations. Currently working in Shearwater Health, he is the talent acquisition team as its campus channel lead. So, Mr. Paolo Bayangos, the campus channel lead, talent acquisition from Shearwater Health. Hi, Sir Pao. Good afternoon.
Sorry, nakamute pala. Good afternoon, everyone.
And sukin natin sa Sir Pao. Sir Pao, can we now test your share speed?
Alright, sharing my screen.
Alright, so may mga nakikita po akong questions from the audience. Don't worry po, we'll try to ask all your questions po sa mga invited speakers natin. We still have 3 speakers left. So ipunin niyo po lahat ng questions niyo sa comment section and we'll try to ask them po sa mga speakers natin invited for today's session. So Sir Pao, nakikita po yung notes niyo. Naka-presenter view po siya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Resharing.
All right, it's up, sir. So if you're ready po, we'll leave you to it po. We'll be back after 20 minutes for the Q&A. Good luck, Sir Pao.
Alright, sige. So we'll proceed. Okay, so once again, good afternoon, everyone. And just to give you a quick overview on who we are, Shearwater Health CPO. So most probably you have heard of the term CPO before, or sorry, BPO before, Business Process Outsourcing. Now, Shearwater Health is considered as a CPO or Clinical Process Outsource organization, wherein we heavily utilize technology in order for us to deliver what is expected from the businesses that we have. Okay, this is all happening through the leverage, of course, of healthcare informatics. So imagine if you are, let's say, working within a hospital or clinical setting, whatever you are doing there, whatever purpose or whatever is the process, Okay, think of it as you, instead of working within the field, you are going to apply it within an office. So yes, it's possible through technology. Right? So again, my name is Paolo Bayangos, strategic sourcing campus lead for Shearwater Health Talent Acquisition Team, and I'll be discussing with you later on more on communication skills. So more about Shearwater, so most probably if you guys will be working within a hospital setting or a clinical setting, these are the realities that you have to face every day. Okay, the long work hours, the rigid schedules, low ceiling for advancement, especially right now, lack of respect for healthcare professionals, and of course, high risk for you and your family in getting hospital acquired disease like COVID-19 and other infectious diseases. Okay, we're in Shearwater Health, Shearwater CPO. Here is what we can offer you. Okay, so real career growth, okay, multiple career growth ladders that we can offer. More time with your family with the flexible leave days, above market flexible leave days, and being coined as the home to clinicians, you are welcome to a warm, engaging all clinical family. So we believe clinicians should be rewarded for their hard work. We are a company created for clinicians, and we offer you a rewarding healthcare career here in the Philippines. Right. So as of now, we are home to over 4,000 clinicians who have trusted us in making, well, trusted us with their careers, making us the largest employer of of clinicians outside of hospital or clinical setting. Okay, and before we start my presentation, just to give you guys a quick video presentation on what to expect if ever you would be hired, and then share what their help. Sorry. All right. So moving on to my presentation, what I'm going to discuss to you more this afternoon would be more on communication skills. Of course, we're going to the root word first, communication. Okay, so a process by which information is exchanged between individuals through a common system of symbols, signs, or behavior. Now, this specific definition is given to us by Webster. Okay, so at its simplest form, okay, it is the act of transferring information from one place to another. Okay, not necessarily or specifically a place or an entity to another, but more on in person. Okay, it may be vocal, okay, through the use of, well, through the use of conversing with one another. Okay, written, okay, even maybe through email, through letters, snail mail, and then of course communication through the books that you would have to read, through digital media, the content that you would have to view online, okay, such as YouTube videos or the postings that you see on your social media pages, okay, and then of course the magazines that we read. Okay, and it may be through visual. Okay, what I mean by visual is these are the presentations. Okay, most probably you have experienced this in school. Okay, presenting in front of someone, presenting in front of your class, okay, or presenting to a business in general. Okay, moving on. Importance, of course, communication. Okay, the importance of this is that successful communication helps us better understand people and then, of course, the situations that we are in. Okay, through communication, we have to understand everyone that we have to talk to because, face it, in life, you would meet a lot of people. Okay, And through these different people that you meet, there would be different situations that you would be placed into. And then, of course, comes the challenges that you would have to face. And it's through communication that you can solve everything within a specific time and place with those specific people that you meet. Okay. Now, communication is a two-way process. Okay. In other words, it involves both sending and receiving information. Okay. We cannot just listen or we cannot just talk to someone and call it communication. Of course, we have to listen as well, hear them out, okay, what they have to say if they would be having any questions. Okay, so it therefore requires both speaking and listening, but also developing and understanding the situation itself. Okay, and all in between. So the information that is exchanged between the both of you. If you are the sender of the information, this means communicating is clearly to start. Okay, you must also then listen to the replies. Okay, if you listen to the replies, of course, this is where the understanding comes into place. Okay, it will not be a communication if one of the parties would not be listening, because of course there would be no exchange of information at all. Okay, you can ignore someone, that doesn't mean that it's going to be communication. Okay, because in turn you would have to give back whatever that you have received. Okay, next. So how and where does communication skills apply? Okay, so of course there would be three. Okay, I want you to take note of three bullets that we will be highlighting wherein you can use or apply this communication skills. Number one would be profession. Okay, so if you are applying for a job, okay, or looking forward to a promotion, okay, of course you need to be a good communicator. Okay, being in any job, okay, that you would choose after you graduate, or even before, after you, even right after you graduate, you get hired and then you switch careers or move into another job. Okay, of course communication will always be there. Okay, you have to communicate what are your challenges, okay, or what are the roadblocks that you would have. And then of course your manager is already there for a reason. Most probably he or she is already a good communicator, therefore he or she will listen to you. Next would be personal life. Of course, personal life, okay, aside from, of course, the usual relationship with your partner, okay, this is going to be a relationship with your parents, with your siblings, with your relatives, your friends. Of course, communication would always be there. Okay? So most probably, if communication will not exist, or of course will dwindle down between these two parties, so that means you and whoever would be the next party, maybe your parents, your siblings, then most probably you guys are not in good terms. Okay? It's because of the lack of communication. Even through relationships, of course. Okay? Relationships always go down because the lack of communication. Okay? The term ghosting, okay, applies here because the other person would not communicate already. Right? Next is through networking. Now, all through your life, again, you would be meeting others, okay, be it a business transaction, okay, or let's say you are going to start your very own business or some other side hustle that you would want to start on your own, aside from, of course, the profession that you already have, be it again with the family member, with a friend, with a relative. Of course, through networking, you would be working with a lot of people that you haven't met yet. Then, of course, communication would be essential through this path that you would be taking. Okay. So again, next would be is how to develop your communication skills. Okay, communication skills may take a lifetime to master. Okay, I would look at it as a more of a long-term project for me, because even as of right now, I've been within my profession for almost 6 years, 7 years. I'm still learning how to communicate, especially for those that I have met just now. Okay, imagine 7 years already working within the industry, although within my industry, it's actually within a small world. Okay, but developing my communication skills is still happening for me. Okay, probably best thought of a long-term project. So that means you would be bringing this, okay, while you are growing old professionally, personally, and of course through the networking. Okay, the chances are that you will continue to learn about communication all throughout your life. Okay, embrace that already. Okay, so I have here three communication skills. So of course, these communication skills can be broken down, but I have listed here the top three that I think would have the most impact, okay, to a specific individual. So how do we effectively communicate with another person, another business, or another party, another entity? So first off, listed here is, of course, you have to learn to listen. Okay, so listening is literally half of communication process. Okay, the other half is of course delivering your message. Okay, it takes a clear speaker and an active listener for an effective communication to happen. Listening takes way more patience, okay, than talking, and this is actually true. Okay, me being a patient person, so I can vouch on this. Okay, that yes, you would have to have a lot of patience, especially when it comes to the people who you're working with. Okay, there might be some people that you think might be more patient, more of an active listener than of a talker, than more of a listener. Okay, you need to have a balance of both. Okay, so how do you develop this skill? Okay, so I have listed here. Number one, focus on the speaker. Okay, of course, giving them your full attention. Okay, would have a good sign that you are ready to listen to them. Okay, avoid all the distractions. Okay, let's say you are an extrovert, of course, extrovert. Of course, distractions might be sometimes hard for you to avoid, but of course, listening to the person you're talking to would be the main priority. Okay? Then, of course, after you listen, you would have to ask clarifying questions. Okay? So, this is to make sure that you have heard them carefully, okay, and that you understood what they're trying to say. Okay? Next is notice nonverbal cues. Now, nonverbal cues, okay, mostly this is going to impact the conversation or the communication itself 93% of the time. Okay? 93% of the time, the battle is with the nonverbal cues like the hand gestures, the eye contact that you would have to make, okay? And then the other body languages that you and your who the one that you're talking to would be making. So make sure that you take note of this. Okay, be still when you speak. Okay, as a rule of thumb, again, moving around, fidgeting. Okay, so this would they call this would entail that you are not interested in listening to this person. Okay, so it's going to be a sign of respect as well. Again, avoid all distraction. Sorry, distractions to the one that you're talking to. Okay, and then of course make sure that you listen to them again while avoiding moving around. Okay, establish eye contact, as I have mentioned earlier. Okay, this is also a sign of respect to the one who's speaking. Okay, and of course, be non reactive for now. Okay, so when you are listening, okay, make sure that you think of it clearly before you react to something that he or she has to say. Okay, it's actually a non-verbal cue that you are intently listening and, of course, understanding whatever message he or she is delivering to you. Good. Then after that, right after you have understood the message of this person, then you can already react. Of course, this is wherein the questions would come. Okay, and then lastly, practice oral communication. Okay, so I don't think that this needs any expansion. Okay? Practice oral communication, of course, in order for you to deliver a message impactfully. Okay? And of course, effectively, you really need to practice oral communication. Okay? This does not happen overnight. Okay? I remember the first time that I was interviewed. Of course, there were a lot of lapses coming from me. Okay? It almost cost me the job itself. Okay, so practicing, like for example, if you are trying to communicate in English or some other second language aside from Tagalog or what we use here in the country, um, so most probably the easiest way is to practice, okay, by applying it every day. Okay, so if you want to practice more on communication, let's say in English, oral communication in English, okay, make sure that you have someone to practice it with. Okay, could be your parents, could be your siblings, okay, could be your friends wants to practice as well. Okay, this is a really good help if you're going to apply it to your everyday life. Okay, so aside from this, you can also read books. Okay, so reading books would broaden your vocabulary. Okay, yes, I do read books as well, be it a novel, fiction, non-fiction. It's where I get some of the words that I use, I apply through my job. Okay, I also tend to watch English movies, English series. Of course, they are the ones who's kind of a native speaker when it comes to delivering English. So most of the phrases that I would be using every day would be coming from them. The idioms, the metaphors, mostly it would be coming from them. Okay? And it's much easier to remember. When watching movies, if it's going to be your favorite English movie, you're going to watch it every time, right? Okay, so easier for you to remember a scene and then whatever that you can apply in everyday life from that specific movie, and that would be good for you. All right, and when you mastered everything, I'm not saying that again, it's going to be overnight. Let's say you are already a good listener or good active listener, you're good with noticing nonverbal cues, and you have practiced your oral communication. Okay, this is the last slide that I'm going to present to you. Over communicate. Sometimes it will be bad, sometimes mostly it will be for good. Okay, especially when you're already working. Okay, as defined by Webster, to deliberately communicate more than is normal or generally considered necessary. Okay, never ever forget this word because over communicating technically is not bad. Okay, let's just say for some people, okay, it might be annoying. Okay, but trust me, over communication, okay, would be best in terms of like for example running a business or working within, let's say, an industry which is fast paced. Okay, like you need something immediately, you need something from people, or the work that you do is people dependent, and what you need to do is to over communicate. Okay, that's my last slide. So if ever later on, you can always reach me through my corporate email, flashed here. And if you wanted to know more about your water health, you can always check our website, yourwatercpo.com, and of course our job postings through jobs180.com/yourwatercpo. Thank you.
All right. So thank you so much, Sir Pao. Ayan. Parang
Thank
naging purple lang yung screen, Sir Pao.
I'm not sure why I am purple right now. But yeah,
Ayan. Oo nga po.
purple talaga kahit patayin ko. Sorry.
Kasi all right. So to our audience, to CTU, the floor is now open for questions. So if you have questions regarding the topic, so please feel free to post your questions in the comment section. Ayan. So while trying to wait, sir, meron kaninang isang question baka pwede po natin i-ask. Ayan, for Shearwater. So from Miss Marilu Calgedo, may age limit po ba ang mga applicants?
For Shearwater Health. Okay, so good question. There's actually no age limit in Shearwater Health. Okay, so again, as long as you are still the specific person, let's say he or she is already a senior, okay, but he or she can still operate, okay, unsupervised on tools and applications through the use of a computer, personal computer, laptop, then everything would be fine. No age limit.
Ayan. Thank you, sir. So, Miss Maria, do you have questions for Sir Pao?
Ah, yes, sir, pa. Good afternoon po. I have one
Medyo
question
mahina
po.
lang partner yung iyong boses. Ayan.
Dito, sorry po. What are the greatest challenges naman po to achieve a good communication?
Good. Sorry to repeat the question. Challenge, right?
Yes, sir. What are the greatest
Okay.
challenges po?
Greatest challenges for, well, number one, of course, if the person that you're talking to doesn't want to listen, and most probably that is a challenge already, and that might be the hardest challenge of all. Okay, so from the start, I suggest that you take care of the relationship again through good communication. Okay, so if it's going to be a communication between, let's say, a partner, your parents, your sibling, okay, and then of course you have this habit of, di naman habit, no, pero let's just say that oftentimes you would fight, okay, or you would have misunderstandings, okay. When you're angry, make sure that you calm down first, okay. If you are going to talk to someone, okay, and when you're angry, then most probably you wouldn't want to listen. Same with the other party, okay. If both of you are angry, then none of you would listen. So make sure that you engage in the conversation or communicate with them once you already have a calm heart, okay. And then again, build that relationship from there. And of course, again, it's a two-way process. Each one of you needs to give out terms for the communication itself. Okay, I hope that I have answered your question.
May follow-up
Yes.
question ako diyan, Sir Pao. So ano, ayan, before ano, i-ask ni Miss Maria yung kanyang next question. What are other problems or can you give us examples, your personal experiences po that you have had that come out po of poor communication with someone?
For your communication. Okay. Um, Personally, I think it's with one of my previous previous partner and the friend. Ganyan. Okay, so there was a time that, of course, every one of us. What I was thinking back then is, of course, I'm just a kid. Okay, more into barkada and so on. Okay, I wanted to be more with my friends rather than with my partner. Okay, my challenge there, my challenge here is that, of course, I haven't introduced yet my partner, okay, to my friends, to my group of friends, and of course, they wouldn't know each other. Okay, and me, since I was a kid back then, I was not able to communicate effectively with both of these parties. So they're making me choose, is it me or them? Is it us or her? Okay. Then of course I don't want to choose. Okay. You're both part of my life. Okay. And if I had been more mature back then most likely I would still have both of them. I don't have them anymore in my life, actually. Just to share with you. Okay, but that's a lesson learned for me. Which of course I will never let it happen again.
Medyo malalim yung pinaghugutan ni Sir Pao. But thank you for answering that question, Sir Pao. Miss Maria, do you have another
Yes
question
po.
for Sir Pao?
Next question, sir. Can culture or gender, po have an effect on communication?
Gender, all right, culture. Um, for me, there would be none. Okay, especially when it comes to how this specific person upholding the culture, would be brought up. Okay? So in Tagalog, okay, if yung pagpapalaki dito sa tangko is maayos naman, then I don't think that there would be any challenges when it comes to gender or any barriers when it comes to gender and culture when it comes to communication. I mean, we're all humans, right? So I don't think that there would be any problem with you communicating from another culture, another country, or the opposite sex. I don't think that that would ever be a challenge. Okay? Unless, again, traumatizing experience during childhood could happen. Okay. Then of course, a good recovery, good rehabilitation is all that this specific person would need in order for them to open up. Okay. See the world in the bigger picture.
All right. Miss Maria.
Mm.
Mhm. Yun lang po, partner.
Okay. So I think wala na din pong questions sa ating audience, sir. Baka you'd like to promote vacancies po ng Shearwater.
All right, for if you haven't checked yet yung jobs180.com/water CPO, you can always check it out later. But as of right now, we're currently hiring for, well, PRNs. So that means Philippine Registered Nurses, US Registered Nurses, RRTs, MedTech, Physical Therapy. Even though you are under board, we are already accepting fresh graduates for the roles that we have. Okay, so we do have lots and lots of openings here for medical allied graduates, like medical abstractor or the associates that we have for the call center. Okay, and then other for medical coding and the such. Okay, so everything related within the healthcare field.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Pao. So thank you, sir, for sharing your time and your knowledge for today's session. So we hope to see you on our next set of webinar. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Thank you, sir. So again, guys, if you're
Okay.
interested to join Shearwater, you may submit your resume link or you may visit www.jobs180.com/ Shearwater CPO. Ay, nag-run po siya sa screen nyo. Ayan, so again, it's www.jobs180.com/ Shearwater CPO. Type nyo lang po sa browser nyo, lalabas po yung career portal or career site ni CPO. Ayan. So, before i-introduce ni partner, so from 500, meron tayong 300 audience, no? So, again, guys, we will release the eval for your attendance later. So, watch out to yung link. So, kapag may nakamiss ng link, so, ayan, baka hindi kayo makapag-attendance. So, thank you. So, partner?
Yeah, so let's proceed now to our third speaker. He worked as a team leader and regional business manager in two international executive search firms. He has years of experience recruiting in IT industry for APAC-based institutions such as financial services, consulting, social media, e-commerce, and fintech. Before all that, he worked as a nurse in Singapore and was a medical oncology blood and marrow transplant nurse at St. Luke's, Quezon City. The senior recruitment coordinator from Acquisition Group Cognizant Philippines, Mr. Aaron Michel Ancheta.
Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
Sir
Good afternoon.
Aaron.
Hello.
Good
Yeah.
afternoon,
Nice to
Aaron.
be back.
Sir, can we now test your share? It's up. So, sir, your screen is up. So, if you're ready po, we'll leave you to it. We'll be back after 20 minutes for the Q&A. Good luck, Sir Aaron.
All right. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Maria. So, okay. Hi. Welcome to my part of the session. I will be talking about mental health tips for a better normal. So, basically, it's just um, giving you tips on mental health during the pandemic. But before we start, no, I would like for everyone, for all of our viewers in Facebook or YouTube, to actually use the comment box, no, type it in below. I would like to know everyone's thought, no, what makes you stressed nowadays, or what makes you mentally unhealthy nowadays, by just using 1 to 3 words. Okay. So just type in your comment below. We would like to have, to see or to have a feel of what makes everyone stressed nowadays, no? So wala lang. It's just something good to know. So okay, while you're typing in, I'll proceed to my subject. Okay, I hold on. All right. So I hope everyone sees my presentation, no? Okay. So first of all, what is stress? No? Stress is a normal response to situations. It can be good, it can be bad, and each person's response to stress is varying. For example, my response to stress is a moment of silence versus the response of my wife to stress is shopping or eating something delicious. No? So it varies from person to person. And going to the pandemic side of things, no, what does stress look like during an infectious disease outbreak? So, number one, you would have fear or you will be worrying about your own health, of course. And if you have loved ones with you, of course, you will also worry about their health, no? Another one is changes in your sleeping or eating patterns. Of course, if you're really worried, no, sometimes at night it would be very difficult for you to sleep because you're thinking a lot. You're thinking about a lot of things that might happen during the pandemic, especially during the earlier phase of the COVID-19 pandemic. No, it's really hard to sleep at night worrying about what will happen tomorrow. Perhaps tomorrow I may contract this disease. What if my family from the province gets the COVID-19? I have a lola or a lolo. I'm worried about them because they are already senior citizens. They're most vulnerable to this kind of disease. No, so it would affect you uh, heavily, no? Eating and sleeping patterns. Difficulty sleeping or concentrating. Let's focus on the concentrating part. For example, if you are working, for example, no, and during the initial months and the first year of the pandemic, if you're working from home or if you're studying from home and you're working if you're living alone, for example, as a student, because I'm talking to students right now. If you're living alone as a student, you're renting an apartment or a dormitory, and um, well, you take care of your own. You do the groceries. You cook for yourself, etc. It's really hard to concentrate knowing that there is an outbreak outside of your dormitory or your apartment, and while you're listening in to your online class, your mind wanders off. What time will I be going to the grocery store? Where is my quarantine pass? The prices of the commodities are going up. What should I do? Stuff like that would affect your concentration, no? Although it should not affect your concentration, but unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we have a lot in mind, and it's really the number one cause of stress for the past few years. No. Next is worsening chronic health problems, especially for example, if you have asthma, no, um, wala ka pa namang COVID, pero because of the stress that the pandemic has brought upon us, there's this thing called stress asthma. Kakaisip mo, bigla kang hinika, ganyan. Or, for example, for those who are immunocompromised, no, immunocompromised, ibig sabihin mababa ang kanilang immune system, no, mahina ang kanilang immune system. So, because of the pandemic, it became more difficult to access healthcare services, no? Especially if you're immunocompromised, you're not allowed to stay in the hospital for a long time because you might get COVID-19. And once you get that COVID-19, coronavirus, once you get that coronavirus, um, it would be very difficult for you, right? Your body will not be able to cope with the viral infection. So that's worsening chronic health problems. Also for those who are undergoing dialysis, right? Somehow their immune system is also compromised. No? So there. And last is increased use of alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. For those people, not there are some people who actually resort to using alcohol, nicotine containing products, or other substances that they think would alleviate their stress. No, I may know other people, no, previous friends, previous colleagues who resorted to this one, and unfortunately, it did not turn out really well for them. No? So, what does stress impact? So, stress can impact your body, thoughts, feelings, and behavior, and it can have a long-lasting effect. No, like for example, if you're very stressed, you would feel headaches, muscle tension, sometimes chest pain. You get easily tired. No, sometimes you upset your stomach because of the acids. You know, just a trivia. Whenever you're stressed, you know, the body would respond. Your stomach will release acid. No, that's what do you call this one? Um, Stress induced acidosis. All right. So your body becomes acidic when you're stressed. So that's the reason why sometimes most of the time you're stressed, you have an upset stomach. No. Number two, mood. It affects your mood. Of course, when you're stressed, you easily become irritated. Tinanong ka lang ng boyfriend mo, saan tayo kakain? Tapos sinigawan mo na siya. Hindi ko nga alam, ganyan. So, once you're stressed, no, um, medyo fragile yung ano mo, yung mood mo. Sometimes it swings from good mood to bad mood. Minsan from bad mood to good mood. So minsan iniisip ng tao na okay lang ba 'to? Okay lang ba siya? Parang ganyan. Next is behavior. Of course, before the pandemic, you have this established pattern when it comes to sleep, eating, etc. During the pandemic, your behavior changed, no? Your appetite changed because of stress. You easily get angry. There, drug and alcohol misuse, no? Dahil may quarantine before, walang yung ibang tao dyan, dahil walang magawa sa bahay, they just drink alcohol, they just consume more tobacco within a day, no? Some people naman, they withdraw socially, no, because of their fear. I know some people who contracted the virus, no, and because they fear of being judged, no, um they get that stigma na kapag may COVID-19 ka, pag-uusapan ka, yung mga kapitbahay mo, pagchichismisan ka, stuff like that, no, iiwasan ka nila. So people who got the virus, the infection itself, withdrew themselves socially, no? Nag-deactivate ng Facebook, ang dami nagchat-chat, "Uy, kamusta ka na?" Tapos di nila nire-replyan, or kung hindi man sila nag-deactivate, nag-block sila ng screen, ng profile picture, tapos talagang ini-ignore nila lahat ng nagre-reach out sa kanila. And of course, during the pandemic, if you're a frequent jogger in the morning, no, dahil sa quarantine, hindi ka na nakakapag-jog in the morning. Or if in case nakakapag-jog ka pa rin, it would be very difficult for you to jog kasi kailangan may mask kang suot, no? So, medyo mahirap mag-exercise. Yung mga gym, nag-close. Wala, sa bahay lahat. Mostly, body weight exercises lang yung ginagawa mo. And because of stress, minsan wala ka na rin sa mood mag-exercise. So, there. So, now we know we're stressed. Now what? What should we do? So, being in the middle of an infectious disease is stressful for many people. The good news is we can do things to help manage our stress. So, we must remember that the government only told us to do social distancing, but not social isolation. Because while physical or social distancing can inevitably lead to less physical contact with friends, family, and colleagues, for example, it does not mean that you have to socially isolate yourself. No, um, well, my main point during this discussion is to actually reach out to a lot of your support groups, whether it's friends, family, colleagues, or even social services if you need uh, further mental health. No, there are a couple of ways to stay connected with them. You can use video conferencing platforms like Zoom, FaceTime, even Facebook Messenger has video call function. No, you can also use Skype, whichever video conferencing platform that you prefer. You can use those. Um, if you are with your family inside your home, as much as possible, sumabay ka sa kanila kumain. If there are any activities, get involved because that is the only time that you have this opportunity to talk to them. No? Remember, you're not alone in this journey. You may feel that you would like to isolate yourself. You may feel that you're very stressed, but always remember, you're not the only person in this world. Perhaps the family members within your house or even your colleagues at work, they also feel stressed. So by talking to them, it would not only alleviate your stress, no, it would not only decrease your stress, it would also decrease their stress. No, you're helping each other out. So eat meals together, do activities together, um, even if it's online, no, yung girlfriend or yung boyfriend mo, malayo kayo, hindi kayo nakatira sa isang bahay, ganyan. You can always FaceTime or Facebook video call her or him, do things together. It somehow alleviates your stress, no? Take walks together. Recently, ang ating government ay pushing to actually not have face mask or yeah, face mask as a required accessory when you go out. No, the outdoors is not banned, and it can be a great way to interact with others as long as you still comply with minimum health protocols prescribed by our Department of Health. Then you can go outside. No, but of course, if you're sick, try as much as possible to stay within the confinement of your home para maiwasan yung transmission ng disease. Next is tell others how grateful and thankful you are for them. So count your blessings. No, don't think about what could have been, what might have been. Always see what you have, no, and be thankful for it. All right. By doing that, you will feel more contented, no, and you will feel less stressed. Yeah. So we have multiple facets of our well-being, no. Number one is psychological and emotional facet, no. Emotional regulations needs attention. I mean, it needs effort, you know. You must give attention to things that are in your control. Do not worry about the things that are uncontrollable because you really cannot do anything about it. Even if you mope around, even if you cry, you know, even if you do tantrums all day, there are things that you cannot control. So don't get stressed about it. What you need to focus on is those things that you can control. Okay? Effective behavioral choices. You must set clear boundaries for your time and energy. Recently, working at home is it became easier, but during the first year of the pandemic, when you work at home, it's very difficult to draw the line between work and home, no. So later on may tip ako para dyan, but you need to set clear boundaries for your time and energy. Don't mix everything up. Recognizing strength, positive self-talk and affirmations, you know, sometimes it helps to affirm yourself, no. Kahit ikaw lang mag-isa, isipin mo, kaya ko to, malapit na yung deadline ng ganito, pero I believe in myself, I can do it on time. Yung mga ganon, you should recognize your strength, no. Mahirap maging negative all the time. Sometimes negative thinking well, the benefit is minimal, pero sometimes it can actually push you for greater things, pero most of the time it does not help, no? Stress management, yeah, deep breathing, muscle relaxation, meditation, mindfulness, progressive muscle relaxation, guided imagery, journaling, like writing on your diary, ganyan. Awareness of what creates stress, of course. Tulad yan, I made you guys type in what are the things that makes you stressed, no? So now that you're aware of the thing that makes you stressed, try to find the root of that stress, no? Once you found out, try to remove it, no, as much as possible, as if you can, try to completely remove it from your life, no. Pero kung hindi naman, kung hindi mo siya kayang i-remove sa buhay mo, if it's an essential part of your life, try minimizing contact with that root of stress, no. Huwag kayong tumambay dun sa root of stress. And of course, problem solving, no. Physical activity, dahil sa pandemic and because of your stress as well, nag-decline ang ating physical activity. So, you try to think of things that can help you uh, move, no? And be realistic and consistent. Before the pandemic, gumagamit kayo ng gym, you go to an open field to actually jog for like an hour. Of course, during the pandemic, ng quarantine pa, hindi mo siya nagawa, no? Ngayon, medyo magagawa mo na siya ulit paunti-unti. But be realistic and consistent, because if you, tulad yan, medyo bumaba na yung restrictions, no, when you go out. So, parang magsiset ka ng panghabol, no, to make up for the lost time. Wag ganon, kasi you will only be frustrated and disappointed na baka mamaya pag di mo na meet, lalo kang ma-stress, no. Adequate sleep, sleep hygiene is essential, no. Healthy nutrition, remember guys, you are what you consume. Yan. So if you're consuming unhealthy food, um, that's also what you will feel sa body ninyo. Prevention of illness, intimacy, and general bodily health, no? So spiritually, you can actually do meditation. For those who are fond of praying, it really helps, no? Once after you pray, um, well, it makes you feel less stressed, no? The weight that you're carrying would be less, no, after you pray or during prayer. Reflection, and also time in nature. According to Einstein, the more he observed and knew more about nature, the more closer he became to God. So, ayan. Mag-nature trip, ganyan. Kung hindi nyo kayang mag-nature trip, just open your TV or using your smartphone. Try to find a video where it would show you nature itself, tapos sometimes it also includes yung relaxing sounds. That also helps, no? Ayan. Even yung mga mini plants, yung mga cactus, ganyan, mga succulents, ilalagay mo lang siya sa tabi ng monitor mo. It helps, no, to see something green. Ayan. Leisure. So, yeah, reading, according to Sir Paolo, he reads books, no, during his free time. Yeah, you can do reading, knitting. Anyone here who does knitting and crafts, time with a pet. So anything that would take off stress from you, yeah, that would help. For those people here, for the students here who are fond of having mobile games as their stress reliever, be careful, guys. I'm also a gamer, no, but be careful of the games that you play. Sometimes you think that your game is a stress reliever, but if there are other players who are really toxic, no, be careful of what you see or what you hear from them. No, sometimes it adds up to your stress. For those who are gacha players, don't try to spend a lot of money, just to have that special character or special item. Spending a lot does not relieve stress. It would only relieve stress temporarily, but after you got that character or that item, you would think na, ay sayang pala yung pera ko, sana pala pinambili ko na lang ng food or ng ganito. So be careful of your leisurely activities, okay? Especially when you're doing gaming as a relaxation method. Here, set boundaries. So set boundaries with your time. You're not obligated to give your time limitlessly to those around you. It's okay to say no if someone invites you to come over to somewhere, have a few drinks, eat, ganyan. If feeling you need to rest, you need to meditate, you need alone time, you can actually say no. You're not obligated to say yes. Read your inner cues and know that it is okay to set boundaries with others. Yun nga, and surround yourself with positivity and affirmations. Setting boundaries with your space. When you work from home, it can be difficult to differentiate between work and home. So find a specific workspace separate from your leisure spaces or spaces that other family members occupy. And, if you find that place, work there. Once you're done with work, do something to clearly mark the end of your day, like closing the door or just shutting off, putting down the LCD of your laptop. That signifies that that's the end of your work. No, so you cannot do any work related stuff after that. So just to set the boundary. No, do not um, log out and then after you eat, you open your computer again to check everything. No, don't do that. You must set boundaries. Okay. So conclusion, relaxation techniques like deep breathing exercises, muscle relaxation, and meditation only takes about 1 to 2 minutes to do. So you can actually do those things in between tasks or even if you're not doing anything. So hindi siya mahirap gawin, maiksi lang siya. So if you have time, do it in order to relieve you from stress. Most of the time, it's okay to say no, as I mentioned earlier, as long as it will help you mentally and, of course, holistically. Reach out to support groups like friends, colleagues, family, mentor, or even mental health services and social groups. Remove all unhealthy habits. Again, you are what you consume. And finally, again, you are not alone in this challenging journey. No, you have friends, you have family, they are also stressed. Talk to each other. You're not only relieving your stress, you're also relieving their stress. So, yeah, we only have each other during the pandemic. But something a little bit about Cognizant. No, Cognizant is one of the world's leading professional services companies, and we innovate with a purpose. We partner with businesses to modernize their operations. So here are the scorecards. There. And these are the industries that we are servicing with: healthcare, insurance, manufacturing, banking and financial services, retail, travel, hospitality, communications, media, technology, and of course, life sciences. Our main locations are in Taguig, in Metro Manila, and in Cebu. It's in Skyrise 4, Building 6000. Okay, what opportunities do we have for you? Well, I focus on IT recruitment. So here I have AI and analytics, testing, back end, front end, and full stack development. There, we also have IT, banking, and financial solution services demands like project managers, business analysts, payment or banking system specialists, and we also have automation experts. For our BPO side, we have video sharing accounts, medical equipment accounts, retail account, financial technology account or fintech account, cloud computing account, insurance account, and of course, life sciences or healthcare accounts. So currently, we are hiring Philippine registered nurses, USRNs, registered pharmacists, and other allied health courses. So our other work sites are in Quezon City, Taguig, Alabang, Bataan, and of course, Cebu. So to know more about the jobs that we have, open jobs that we have, you can visit our website, cognizant.com/ph, or you can also visit jobs180.com/cognizant ph. So there, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you got a lot of information from me. All right, Ma'am Joyce.
All right. So thank you so much, Sir Aaron. So to CTU, your ayan, kung may questions, so the floor is now open for questions. So if you have questions regarding the topic, so please feel free to post your questions in the comment section. So kanina nag-ask si Sir Aaron, no, kung ano yung mga main stressors ng students ngayon or kabataan. Most of them answered financially. So may
Yes.
mga ilan-ilan family problem or school works, pero talaga naman financial ang problems.
Mhm.
Ayan. So, kahit kami naman, akala
Lahat
niyo lang
naman
tatlo
tayo.
ngipin.
Oo.
Kahit kami din nagkasama.
With the ever increasing prices of commodities, transport, lahat tayo. Even the government is having troubles financially. So, lahat tayo 'yan ang kinai-stressan natin.
Totoo, sir. Ayan. So, if you have questions, so again, wag po kayong mahiya. We have two speakers left. Ayan. So, post your questions in the comment section. Miss Maria, do you have questions for Sir Aaron?
Yes, sir. One question lang po. How do you convince yourself po na not to think of the things that makes you stress?
Okay, diyan pumapasok yung setting boundaries, no? Um, Ako kasi, if you're going to ask my style ha, I'm very compartmentalized, no. There are moments in my day that I can only think of a certain thing and then I move to the other thing, no. So I compartmentalize. If for example, work stresses me out and then I just set time, during the day to actually think about work. After for example, 6 p.m., I don't think about work anymore. I think about my kids. I think about what to make me, what to do to make me more relaxed. Ganyan. Magiging home person na ako, no? So, by just setting rules, no, you're affirming to yourself na hindi ko siya, it's not avoiding the problem, no, it's just giving yourself more time to actually process everything. Guys, you cannot process problems, issues, or things that stress you out if you're continuously stressed out. So you need to give time, you need to give yourself time for rest, to think about things, to refresh yourself, to restart yourself. So, ganun yung style ko. I don't remove it. I don't ignore the stressful things. I just go back to them when I'm mentally ready.
Thank you, sir. That is a wonderful answer.
Maria, nawawala na naman yung
Ay,
mic
sorry.
mo. Ayan. So, I think baka nag-lose yung headset. Ayan. So,
Ayun kaya.
habang inayos mo, ako muna ang mag-a-ask ng question kay Sir Aaron. So, Sir Aaron, so for students po, yung procrastinating or not sure, pero mostly students ang mahilig mag-procrastinate po, no? Ayan, so is constant procrastinating a sign of mental health crisis or problem?
Yes. I have, well, to relate with the students who are watching right now, I encountered a few interns of Cognizant who are fond of procrastinating. No,
Mm-hmm.
I told them that procrastinating is sometimes it's a habit that would help you, no, but most of the time it would not help you because um, you may be procrastinating on or on a subject or a thing that you don't have any control. No, you're just procrastinating out of nothing. You're worrying about nothing. Well, in fact, if you just did that thing, you would know the outcome. Instead of procrastinating and wasting your time, not doing that thing. For example, if you're procrastinating, if you will be joining a club or if you will be you know, doing something, yun na lang, to speak generally. If you're procrastinating on doing something, why not just do it? Because you will never know what would be the outcome. Instead of stressing you out, instead of stressing yourself out on thinking what could happen, what might happen, You just experience it, and then you will know. No, procrastinating is the cause of your mental stress. It's not being careful, it's being undecisive. So it does not bring you good things actually. So if you have an opportunity, do it. Do not procrastinate.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sir Era. So another question, sir, is meron po tayong hormones. We call them yung fight and flight hormones po, no, or
Yes.
adrenaline. This is actually a normal response sa
Mm-hmm.
danger or anxiety or panic. So,
Mm-hmm.
lumalabas yung hormones natin na fight or flight. What if
Mm-hmm.
po puro flight response na lang, puro flight response na lang yung ginagawa ng tao? Is it still okay or something is wrong na?
On a medical perspective, you should seek a professional help if puro flight response na lang yung pinipili mo. Kasi
Mm-mm.
you might have this you might be secluding yourself, no, to social events, to um or kahit hindi siya social events, to instances happening in your life, no. You're always afraid, maybe you're traumatized, maybe you're coming from uh the point of view of anxiety, perhaps you have undetected depression, so you need to seek help if 90% of your response is flight. No, you're not dealing with the reality anymore. You're not you're not dealing with your life anymore because all you do is try to hide from it, try to avoid it. No, so if ganun na siya, puro flight na yung response mo, you should try to seek professional help. Try to talk to a psychiatrist, but not just the psychiatrist, no? There are mental health groups available here. Ang NCMH is available. They have hotlines, no? You have family, you have friends. So you try to talk to them. You know, be open. Ako, friend, ako, ma, pa, laging ganito yung response ko and I think I'm not okay. So, doon pa lang, it would help na to lessen the burden, no? So, it would also boost your confidence to actually do something instead of running from it.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. So, Maria, may question ka pa?
No more question, partner.
Okay, last question, sir. Who is the best person to talk to in times of crisis or difficulties, and when is the best time po that you have to ask for a professional advice na?
Well, the best person to talk to would be, well, for me, God. No, even if wala kang, tulad yung sinabi ni Sir Paolo kanina, communication is a two-way, uh, um, it's a two-way process, no? Pero once you have started to pray, no, two-way process pa rin siya. Wala kang maririnig na sagot. Pero once you have, once you have said all of your stress, all of your fears, all of your worries to God, immediately mararamdaman mo yung relief. So I think yun yung reply niya sa'yo. So, well, for me, yun yung best person to talk to. Pero putting that aside, the best people would be your family, friends, etc. The one closest to you, no? Pero avoid toxic friends, avoid toxic family members. Yan lang. Ano yung second question, ma'am? Sorry. Wala ako.
When is the best time po to talk to someone or to seek professional advice?
Mm. If you find yourself trying to um, please others, no, by um, ganun kasi yun eh. Kapag if you're trying to please others, that means you're not um, satisfied of what they think about you, no? So there might be a problem when it comes to your self perception. So if medyo frequent na, medyo excessive na yung habit mo to please everyone, trying to make jokes, trying to make the group happy, you should have the time to reflect on your actions. Kapag na-determine mo yon, that's the time that you should seek for help, no? Number two, if um, well, if pag hindi mo na ano, pag hindi mo na kaya, hindi mo na kilala kung sino yung pwede mong kausapin, ganyan. If you do not have any support person or support groups na pwede mong kausapin, that's the time that you need to seek professional help. Baka sila yung makaka-resolve nung nararamdaman mo or makakatulong kung hindi man ma-resolve dun sa nararamdaman mo. So yung mga ganun, mga red flags, mga warning signs, ganyan.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Aaron. So I think that's it po. No more questions from the audience na. So thank you so much, Mr. Aaron, for sharing your time and your expertise for today's session. So we hope to have you on our next set of webinars. Thank you so much, sir.
Right, thank you.
Ayan. And of course, to those applicants interested to apply at Cognizant, you may visit www.jobs180.com/cognizantph. And by the way, lahat po ng companies na speakers in-invite natin today ay meron po silang site sa Cebu. I believe yan. Yung mga companies na yan. So from Accenture, Cognizant, Shearwater, may mga Cebu offices po sila. So you can apply kahit online, pwede na kayo mag-apply sa kanila. Ayan. So, and of course, to introduce our last speaker for today's session, Maria.
Yes, our last speaker, he is currently working as a recruitment associate in Accenture. He graduated in University of Cebu with the bachelor's degree of industrial psychology. He joined Accenture in 2016 and have been in the BPO industry for 7 years. He loves animals, especially reptiles. Also loves watching movies and TV series during free time. The recruitment associate from Accenture, Mr. Frank Louis Suwan. Sir?
Hi, Sir Frank.
Sir Frank, good afternoon.
Okay, hi. I'm sorry, I was on mute. Anyway, so yeah, again, this is my name is Frank Soon, and I believe I am the only one from Cebu in here. Anyway, so enough about me. I believe all of it was already introduced by you guys. Thank you for that. So,
Are you in Cebu now, sir?
I'm sorry.
Are you in Cebu now?
Yes, po. I am here in Cebu,
Okay.
born
Ayan,
and
so
bred.
tama-tama po pala sa mga applicants natin. So they can directly contact you. Ayan, so thank you, Sir Frank. So if your screen po is up, so if you're ready to leave it to it, we'll be back after 20 minutes for the Q&A. Good luck, Sir Frank.
Okay, thank you. So let me just prepare my screen here. So anyway, so yeah, enough about me. Let's go back to the reason why we're all here today. I hope you're still awake and excited for the last topic. We're saving the best for last. So, work ethics. There we go. Work ethics, that refers to a set of moral principles, values, and attitudes around on how to act at work. So there are four qualities that exemplify good work ethic. First is reliability and dependability. You need to meet deadlines on time, act appropriately in virtual and in-person meetings, and navigate different communication styles. You need to regularly deliver on these behaviors. Second is productivity. You need to consistently navigate your priorities and find smart ways to use your time. Complete the important tasks and deliver high quality results. The third one, that is ownership and autonomy. You need to exercise initiative and show that you can take directions from others. Learn and improve. And the last one, that is collaboration and team support. You need to have the foresight to look beyond your individual role and establish positive working relationships with others. Support the responsibilities of your team and act as a team player. Now, all of these qualities, or four qualities, demonstrate professional integrity or the practice of showing a strong commitment to ethical behavior at work. In contrast, examples of bad work ethic may include low work quality, consistent tardiness, lack of attention to deadlines, focusing on your goals at the expense of the greater team or company goals. And lastly, could be abuse and harassment. whether of the most explicit variety or the unconscious microaggressions and sabotaging of others. Okay, so next is how to build strong work ethic. So I have 5 topics here when it comes to building strong work ethics. So the first one is follow the lead of peers, mentors, and bosses. So when you're the new person at work, the best way to learn is to observe. Pay attention to how your coworkers behave in meetings to gain a better understanding of their etiquette, as well as the communication styles of different people and teams. Some workplaces, for instance, require employees to prepare agendas before meetings and are strict about punctuality. Others are more casual. Some companies have formal communication practices around status updates, whereas others just ask you to send a quick Slack message. Likewise, depending on where you work, deadlines may be rigid or flexible. Observing others and following their lead will help you pick up on what the company and managers consider good work ethic. In addition, you can be proactive and reach out to your manager or an onboarding buddy during your first few days on the job. You can ask them how things are done at your company. You could say, would it be helpful for us to have a daily catch up for the first 2 weeks? Since I'm new to this organization, I'd love you to guide me on what's appropriate and what expectations you have of me when it comes to how to work gets done. This interaction will help your team to have a positive attitude and are open to following the lead of others. So that's the first one. The second one is, there we go, develop self-discipline. So with this, to be reliable, dependable, and productive in the workplace, you need self-discipline. Of course, we all have periods where we're less productive, procrastinate more, and are working through stress. However, self-discipline is the process of understanding how we work, including knowing our work rhythms and where we can push ourselves. Self-discipline is a skill that will make you appear more professional to your coworkers and bosses. Now, developing self-discipline involves understanding self-control, as well as how to maintain your energy. Think about what tasks you feel easy for you to do, the ones that gives you energy, and what tasks feel harder, the ones that drains you. Then think about what tasks have the biggest impact on the company, what tasks will help you reach your goals, and what tasks are lower priority. Allocate most of your time to the tasks that both give you energy and are also impactful for the company or are contributing to your goals. Now, when we evaluate the tasks that are harder for you to accomplish, consider making some simple tweaks to optimize your energy, such as collaborating with the coworker or giving yourself a reward when they're completed. So let's proceed. The next one is reprioritizing each day and start it strong. So with this, if you consistently manage your time wisely, you'll develop a reputation of professionalism and integrity. It's a skill that will help you deliver high quality work, even among rapidly shifting priorities and fast-paced work environments. At the start of each day, spend a few minutes identifying what items you need to get done. The trick is find a balance between tasks and urgent and must be finished today and tasks that are contributing to longer term, but equally important projects. Use strategies like time boxing to organize your schedules. Make sure you're allocating enough time to hit your immediate deadlines, but also allocating some time to make progress on those bigger projects. Even 30 minutes each morning can make a difference. Too many of us ask the mistake of procrastinating, as discussed the previous speaker, our hardest work. Now, if this is the case for you, try to map out a few milestones you to hit and by when to deliver results in a timely manner. The more you exercise this muscle by doing small, the important tasks every day, the stronger the mental rigor will become. The fourth one is think like an owner. So, an essential part of building good work ethic is adopting a do it like you own it attitude. You can do this by being proactive in small and but powerful ways. For instance, if something doesn't make sense to you, the purpose of an assignment, the execution of a task, or an unclear goal, ask a question to gain clarity. Um, you might ask, I think I understand how this project will help us meet our initial goal, but I'm having a hard time understanding how it contributes to the greater or to the larger goals of the organization. I think knowing this will help me do better work and deliver stronger results for you and the team. Can you provide some guidance? Similarly, if you have a suggestion for another way to do things, speak up, but don't but do it with respect. So keep pushing to understand the right amount of autonomy that feels good for both you and your boss. And the last one, the fifth one rather, is hold the team interest higher than your own. So it's easy to get focused on your day-to-day tasks and what it takes you to get you promoted or rewarded at work, but don't be the lone wolf who comes in, gets their work done, and berates others when they fail to meet the deadlines. Instead, consider a different approach. When someone lets you down, think about how you can support them and so that the entire team will benefit. Embrace your inner team player and try different strategies for working smoothly with your peers, such as having a courageous conversation to understanding their differing perspective, or recognizing that if your idea wasn't adopted, it doesn't mean it wasn't valuable. It's probably that it wasn't the right time. Well, I guess that would be this would be the last slide. So practicing these five strategies will develop a strong work ethic, setting you up to the more easily hireable for future jobs. It develops your reputation and creates the foundation for a successful career. Well, I guess again, this is the last part of my slide. So come work at the Heart of Change. You may apply to jobs through jobs180.com/Accenture. And if you'd like to know more about Accenture, you may visit our website that is www.accenture.com/PH students. And we accept both internship and employment. Well, yeah, thank you all for being here today and taking time to patiently listen to what I had to say. I wish you all had a best day and stay safe, everyone. And I hope I wasn't too fast when speaking. Anyways, Joyce, thank you.
All right. So thank you so much. And thank you so much, Sir Frank. So I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
All right. Okay, thank you, sir. So, to our audience, to CTU, so Sir Frank is our last speaker. So, baka naman may mga questions pa kayong tinatago dyan. Post your questions in the comment section na. And doon sa tanong kung kumain na kami. May kaon na kami dong. Dong. Kuman na dong. Ayan. So, if you have questions po, huwag po kayong mahiya magtanong. Please post your questions in the comment section. Last speaker na natin si Sir Frank today. Ayan. So, while waiting for a question, so we have offline questions here, Sir Frank. So, first question is, for the students po, as early as now, as a student, in what ways do you think they can develop their work ethics?
Well, as a student, first and foremost, you need to practice these. There's actually no specific ways on how you can practice good work ethics. You just need to make sure that what you're doing is something that's good or that wouldn't really affect the company or even the school. Because, I have a saying that, this is what my wife always keeps saying, that just because everyone is doing something doesn't mean it's doesn't mean it's the only right way. So Yeah, if you know if that something is really not gonna benefit yourself, or it's only just gonna benefit yourself, not the company as a whole or as the school, that isn't really good. So for now, since you're still a student, practice this, and eventually you'll go up the ladder.
All
I
right.
hope I
Thank you so much.
answered the question though.
Thank you so much, Sir Aaron. Yes po. Another question is, what do you think what would be the consequences if I fail to develop and practice those work ethics you've mentioned po?
Well, you really don't need to fail these practices. I believe we can all develop and grow. So if you feel that you're failing, you need to shift yourself or change your behavior in order for
Mm-hmm.
you, since you should be aware of what you're doing.
All right. Thank you, sir. And another question is, if you don't mind po, so you can answer or ano naman po, you have the choice on what to not answer the question. In Accenture po, what is or which is the most commonly observed form of unethical behavior na na-observe niyo na, sir?
What I'm sorry, unethical or ethical?
Yes, sir, unethical.
Unethical. Honestly, I've been with Accenture for quite some time. I haven't noticed anything yet. But what I can say with Accenture, what we always practice is integrity. So if you're honest with yourself, that's what Accenture really needs, to have an honest employee.
Okay, sir. And for example lang, sir, there is may mga scenario na ganun po, no? So doing unethical behaviors po. So how do you think po you can properly deal with this kind of behaviors in the workplace?
How do we deal with them? It's really not that hard to deal with unethical employees or whatnot. First, you'll need to approach them as a person. You need to let them know that what they're doing isn't right, or it's well. Some would say you're just being selfish because you're just doing it for yourself, not doing it for the company. So yeah, for me personally, for if I observe someone, being or practicing unethical behaviors, I would really need to approach that person and speak up to them, let them know what that they're doing is really not the right thing, and it's
All right, thank you, sir. So another question po is syempre sa Accenture din, what do you think po is the most sought after work ethics and behavior you look for in an applicant?
well, as I've mentioned earlier, what we usually look for is integrity. You need to be honest with yourself and just be yourself. Especially when applying for a job in Accenture, you just need to be honest with yourself. Don't put some flowery words with yourself. Don't be too much, because you'll get there when you get there. So yeah, just integrity. That's what we always practice here in Accenture.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Aaron, for answering all those questions. Ms. Maria, do you have questions for Sir Aaron?
None for me, partner.
All right. Thank you. So I think, sir, wala na pong questions from the audience. So, ayan. So, baka you'd like to promote, sir, vacancies po, available jobs po ni Accenture, or tips
We
and advice, sir, for your final words for the graduating students, since you are our last speaker for today's session.
Ooh, final words. Well, is well, I graduated way back, so just don't ask what year was it, though. So, well, this part as a student, this is the most exciting part as a student for me, because once you graduate, applying for a job is so much exciting. You'll never know what you get if you're gonna pass or fail. But mind you, if you fail any application or any job application, don't feel down, because it's just a one way for you to learn from your mistakes. Ika nga. So whatever you did, if you feel that something was off or odd, change it. Then reapply. Don't be discouraged.
All right. So thank you so much, Sir Aaron. Thank you po for sharing your time and your expertise for today's session. So we wish to have you on our next set of webinars. Thank you so much, Sir Frank.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so again to our audience. So if you're interested to apply at Accenture, you may submit your resume link at www.jobs180.com/Accenture. Ayan, or you may simply visit po Jobs 180 or website. Sa lahat po ng post the vacancies na nabanggit ay available sa www.jobs180.com or sa inyong mismong school portal. It's schools180.com/. Ayan, so schools180.com/CTU. Ayan, so CTU means CTU for main campus and CTU for Tuburan. CTU Tuburan for Tuburan campus. So, of course, Jobs 180 is also hiring. So, if you're interested po, work from home pa rin sa Jobs 180. So, if you're interested, you may submit your resume link at info@jobs180.com or simply visit our website, www.jobs180.com and look for Jobs 180. Ayan, available positions. Ayan. Partner?
Yes, partner. To officially close our program, may we invite Mr. Sergio Magpuyo Jr. from CTU Tuburan Campus Job Placement Coordinator for the closing remarks.
Okay, thank you, Miss. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon to everyone who took their time in joining this webinar. My warmest congratulations to all. And for sure, this webinar or this activity will help each one of us to build ourselves in competing the real world of acquiring better opportunities in life. Equipping oneself with the current trends and being mentally ready in each challenges make everyone a better you. So to all the people behind this event or this webinar, thank you very much. And of course, to all the resource speakers, thank you also for sharing your knowledge and expertise. As an OJT placement coordinator, it is my great pride and honor to be with you in this journey. To everyone, God bless, and once again, good afternoon.
All right. So thank you so much, Sir Sergio. So thank you, sir, for gracing the event, and of course, also again for trusting Jobs 180 to power your events. We look forward to more events with CTU. Okay, so again to our audience, thank you for staying. We hope you learned and enjoyed the session. And if may tanong pa po kayo, please send us a message sa aming Facebook .com/jobs180.com. Okay, or you may email us at info@jobs180.com. So there you have it, guys. We are done with the talk proper and successfully tackled all the topics assigned for today's session. And so 4/4. And do not forget to evaluate this event. So this will serve as your attendance for today's session. So the link is flashed on your screen and is also available at the comment section. Please note na 30 minutes lang po naka-up yung eval. So after 30 minutes, hindi na siya available. So habang ngayon maaga pa, mag-answer na kayo. Ayan, so sorry na lang sa mga hindi na nag-watch. Pero you only have 30 minutes po to answer yung eval. Naka-up lang siya for 30 minutes. So after 30 minutes, close na po yung forms. Okay. So
That is correct.
same
And we
with
would like to
certificates.
thank
Ayan, same with
each one of you
certificates.
guys. Go.
And so same with certificates po. Ito yung certificates nyo, yung link din po ay nasa screen. So yan, dito nyo kunin yung certificates. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, partner. We would like to thank each one of you guys for staying all throughout the event, and we hope that the webinar helps you be prepared in the world of work. And we would like to thank CTU for collaborating with Jobs 180. We would like to thank also the following sponsors for being our corporate sponsors for this event. And you may check out their page for career opportunities. Just visit www.jobs180.com.
All right, so please watch out for the next set of webinars we are going to host for. Please check our Facebook page for the topics that will be discussed, and you are welcome, guys, to join in on those sessions too. So the program is finally concluded. This is your host, Joyce Katakutan.
And Maria Zalea.
We will see you soon and have a great afternoon. Ingat, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
Raise our flag high, sky high, and raise the pride in our hearts. ASEAN, we are wanted as one, looking out to the world. For peace our goal from the very start, and prosperity to us. We dare to dream, we dare to share, together for ASEAN. We dare to dream, we dare to share, for it's the way of
Subo harang kapupunan sa habagatan, kinapusurang lalawigan sa kabisayan. Sa kaalam, kadunahan, sa among gugmaong dumog, kanunay halaran. Subo ng binunyagan sa Kristohanong tinuuan, ipanalipdan kanunay ni Senyor Santo Niño. Makasaysayanon, maapi-apikon, madanihon angay kagayod nga ipasigar mo. Subok kinangga sa klima o panahon, kalinaw kauswagan, palungtaron, palambon, bisan asa mo dangat sa among pagpaling kamot. Ikaw amo kanunay nga handumon. Ikaw amo kanunay nga handumon. Puso us with pride, and with pleasure in our heart and spirit, that same spirit will survive. Home and mother of searching soul, beloved university, though humble our goals, never his way ensures our needs to be truly free. Through our relevant goals, through hardest search resource, and your patient technology, we will march at the front in a war against one, and make on heaven let this be, and make on heaven let this be. And onwards we're certain with boldness we set our course, from a simple ordinary folk to great fanatic force, learning to set out in new directions, ambitious goals for the generations that are yet to be. Fullness of life